Hi, and welcome to Talks with Shay. So, today I would like to begin with reading from Matthew chapter 6 and verse 25. And it says, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? So, today, for part three of All I Want for Christmas, I want to talk to you about food. So, when I'm talking about food, oh my God, okay, the first thing we think is like going to our family, eating a lot of food with our family and friends, and all kind of things like that. We did, like I've been saying week to week, I did a little research. So, the research said that 24% of people want food for Christmas. So, when we think about it, it's almost like, do they want food to eat at a restaurant, like a gift card, or do they want food to eat with cooked food for our actual Christmas or whatever it might be? When I think about just food in general, I think of all of the homeless people that are around America, surrounded by us, and these people have nothing to eat. My heart goes out to those people. If you follow Talks with Shay, you'll see last month for Thanksgiving, I fed a couple of homeless people and things like that. I know they have a lot of resources out there in the community for them, but sometimes in their ignorance, they don't even know where to go. But when I think about just the 24% that like food, last week we talked about gift cards. Getting a gift card to someone for Christmas. Remember I told you I had to overthink that. I was overthinking it and I had to reprocess my thoughts, I guess, and say it's not a bad thing. When I think about a gift card to go eat out, man, to my favorite restaurant, like I'm good with that. A lot of times people don't even, let's say a bigger family, right? Say like if it's a family of five, right? If you have a family of five, it's hard and very expensive to take everybody out to eat. I know I'm single, and for me, I don't eat out every day. Like, I will cook and I will eat on that food for the whole week. And if I get tired of it, I want to treat myself, I get something different. But for the most part, because I say it's too expensive. Like food is expensive. Like I literally went to Taco Bell, got like the chicken quesadilla meal, and it was like $10.88. And I'm like, it's ridiculous. And I'm not even full. So like I just wasted $10.88 to put something in my belly, but like I'm not even full. So when you think about just going eat out, like it can be so expensive. But 24% of people, that's all they want for Christmas is food. I would like to think they're talking about as far as with family. A lot of times you have the dishes laid out. You got your rice dressing, you got your ham and your turkey and your roast and a beef roast or pork roast or both of the roasts. You got your greens, you got your this, you got all kind of stuff, your rolls and your yams and your potato salad, and the list goes on and on and on. And we all gain about 10 pounds during the holidays, right? But when I think about someone just saying food in general is all they want for Christmas, my heart thinks of a homeless person that doesn't have food. Sometimes we take things for granted that we have food on our table. Now, I mean, we'll say like I'm thankful for food and stuff like that. I'm thankful for that. And we are truly thankful for it. But we are not scraping for it like those people on the streets are. We are a blessed people, guys. We truly are blessed beyond what we can even imagine. Sometimes we can take things like that for granted. I remember going, maybe, I don't know how many years ago this was, but I went into a really low financial place, and I didn't know where my next meal was gonna come. It was either eating everything that wasn't food, like in my house, like chips or fudge rounds, one of my favorite little snacks, like junk food, to be able to have something to put in my stomach, because it was so bad. And it was just, I just didn't know, and I had a friend bless me with like bags of meat. And then when I shared it with my pastor and his wife, they blessed me with like meat galore. And so they were kind of disappointed that I hadn't shared that with them, the rough time that I was going through. But in my mind, I always look at it like this. Sometimes the decisions that I made have allowed put myself in situations. And so I look at it like those are my consequences for some of my actions. So I don't always like reaching out to people asking for help in those moments when I feel like I put myself in this situation. God has to see me out, and I have to just suffer the consequences for it. And maybe that's the wrong way to think of it, but I never want issues that I brought upon myself to be a burden on someone else or make them feel like it's their responsibility to help me, because truly it's not their responsibility. But I can remember it was a low place that I was at. I didn't even tell my family, y'all. Like, my mom didn't know. Like, nobody in my family knew. I had one friend that I kind of told it to because I was very overwhelmed by it. But, and she ended up helping out, her and her husband, and I'm thankful for that. And I just look at now the holidays, and some people, maybe that's all they really want is food to eat for the holidays. When they go out to shelters and stuff like that, they probably not cooking them the meals that we have, for Christmas with our families and friends and things like that. But one of the things I can say is that I'm so thankful that I do have family and we do have food to share, and we leave with more than enough, right? We are a blessed people, guys. We take life for granted sometimes. The little things matter sometimes the most. Even spending time with our family for Christmas. When I look at even the list that I had of people that I was able to purchase gifts for, I did Christmas cards this year. I don't do them every year. I pretty much do them every 2 to 3 years or whatever. And I did them this year, because I was financially able to do them. And then Walgreens gave like a fire deal. Like, I got like 40 cards for like $20. So everybody get a card. So, I'm just thankful that when I think about food, because that's what we're talking about, all I want for Christmas is food. A thankful heart for us to be thankful that we have food to eat and celebrate those things with our families. Most of the time our families are usually, like, I would say, the best cooks to us because we're so used to their food. I remember like tasting other people's food and they like, damn, I cook good, bragging on their cooking, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't know about that. It's all right, But when we go to our families, majority of the time, that's our best food, right? That's the best tasting food outside of maybe a restaurant or whatever. Most of the times, like, for example, for me, my grandmother was the best cook to me, right? But that's what I grew up on. So most of the time, the person that you grew up cooking, eating their cooking is normally like the best cook to you. My sister is an amazing cook. My mom is a really good cook as well. So I'm like, okay. So thankfully, this is a time that we get together and eat some of our favorite cooked food with our families. So next week is Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Make sure that you say a prayer over your food before you fill your belly, because somebody out there may be struggling and not knowing where their next meal is going to come from. So even if you have to pack a lunch box or a plate lunch or whatever to bring it to somebody, to bless somebody, y'all don't waste food. Don't throw food away. I'm telling you now, I eat on my food for a week. I don't like throwing no food away, because it's like people that are out there truly don't know where their next meal is going to come from. So if you have food galore left over after you guys eat, pick up a meal take that meal, pack it up, put it in a plate lunch, drive around town. I promise you will see a person with a sign that's homeless and bless them with that meal to eat for Christmas. Amen. Amen. So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, what you waiting for? Check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed and Merry Christmas.